2024 Sim Racing Experience GT3 League. We return to Germany for the final round of the season here at the Nurburgring GP circuit. We've got a pretty tight battle going on between both classes, and with this race being 90 minutes and double points, anything can happen, to be honest. We have, I think, 2 mandatory stops. Am I right, David?
Pretty sure, yeah. The 9-minute race with the limited fuel tanks as well. We're definitely be seeing those stops.
Yeah. So not going to be a 90-minute race here. We're going to have a joint qualifying, a little bit quieter group. I think a lot of drivers are preparing for the Nurburgring 24-hour this weekend, so probably going to be part of the reason for that today, at least if not most of the reason. So I believe we're into qualifying right now. Both groups are out right now. We've got Adam Southgate running a 154.182 in that Ford GT. Matt Caruana is about 2 tenths behind him right now. Luke McKeown is 3.5 tenths. Matt Dambrine is actually the first of the AM drivers up there in the 4th position overall, 154.5. So not a big gap today between the AMs and the pros.
Yeah, not really too much. Due to the last round, I suppose, being a 29-minute as well, we only have about 13 cars on the circuit today, so hopefully we'll see some good racing action as well. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll hopefully find out and see.
Yeah, we should see some good racing. Nurburgring GP circuit always does give a really nice bit of racing. It's nice and smooth. It's not the most difficult track in the world, despite being the sister track to the Nordschleife. It is not a particularly difficult part of the circuit.
Yeah, that as well. Also, want to bring attention. We're doing the WEC layout. I don't know which one that is in German or whatever, but it's the one with the last chicane will be the more faster chicane, one most usually used on the 24 hours of Nurburgring as well, which is the more.
I will say personally, that's my personal favorite. The really tight chicane can be hard on these bigger cars, so I think I enjoy this one the most.
Talking about the faster chicane?
Yeah, the faster, the longer chicane.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
I think it creates a little bit more, a little bit smoother atmosphere through that back section. It doesn't grind you to a halt after that long straightaway so much.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely get the rundown into the Villa curves. That's what they're called. Yeah.
And when the drivers go for looks like a couple more final laps to try and set that fastest lap for the day. I think we'll check the weather here real quick.
Yeah, it looks like we've got about track temp about 26 degrees, 22 outside, so not.
With the wear and tear on these GT3 cars, you could see some tire issues come later in the race, and it might be worth it to these drivers, or to change specifically fronts or rears.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, maybe we'll get the one side change, or maybe like front change, rear change. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that some of these GT3 cars, they do tend to cook their fronts a little bit more. So we may see some front tire changes just to give yourself some grip to the corners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but definitely be careful because I can easily do an oversteer. I found out the hard way once during the last year's 24. The new change of I think the left side it was, and then I just like, wow, this car is undrivable. It just felt so foreign.
There is the danger when you're only changing a certain set of tires rather than the full set of imbalances and grip and stuff like that. So it's something that you have to practice for or prepare for in general. So.
Yeah, especially with the GT3 cars, they're just very sensitive with balance. You want them really balanced together really well, or it's just not going to perform as well you want it to.
Modern GT3 cars are so tight, they're so taut at the cutting edge of these motorsports machines that you do run into that a little bit of. If you push it even a little bit too far one way or the other, you can upset the balance pretty badly for extended periods of time. So.
Yeah, especially with Nurburgring, have a little bit faster track. I think we'll be seeing more stiffer suspensions, so that don't see that much car travel. So maybe that might they'll definitely still a little bit less wear on the tires, but still gonna be a pretty tight car.
Yeah, exactly. I think that we might see some front changes. We'll have to see what happens throughout the race and watch our pit stop times. But Adam Southgate continuing to lead qualifying here. Doesn't look like anybody can get to him in that Ford. Are we going to see, is this, I know this is a bit of a power circuit for sure. If we watch Formula One or something, they definitely talk about this being a power circuit. Are we going to see that Ford kind of flex that American muscle a little bit today?
I mean, so far we've seen with him being top spot right now, definitely has that speed advantage because I think the Ford does have the frontline speed as well. So because there's about two really big straights, kind of like one small one as well. It really can help with the top line speed. But the Lamborghini is pretty fast as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the Lamborghini is able to keep up there. We're up on board with Matt Caruana right now as he tries to catch up to Adam Southgate this lap. We kind of seen, I think we had the championship points here. I think Leon Penn down there in the 4th position in pros is currently the leader, but with this being such a big points race, if anything goes wrong for him, that could swing pretty hard. So we'll have to see what happens throughout this race. Matt Caruana not able to do it this lap.
Yeah, it's crazy. The top spot of the top 3 in both classes are all within 10 points of each other, so we got really close action.
Yeah.
So
could
Leon
could be swung very heavily today.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Leon definitely needs to hopefully qualify really nicely. But so far, 5th position, that's not looking too well for him. Maybe not a track he's too strong with so far, but we've got about 7 minutes left qualifying, so maybe he'll be able to pull off a better time.
Yeah, agreed. I found this track to be a little tricky. It's there's some strange sectors to it. The way the track moves and the way the track flows can catch you off guard. So if you haven't practiced it or driven a lot before, it can sometimes be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, during the 24, I noticed that I was not fast at all on the GP circuit, but the rest of the track on the Nordschleife, I was decent. But the Grand Prix, it feels weird, a little foreign. Not really many like tight and really slow curves, except for the coming into the turn 7, the little mini carousel that we have there. Really the slowest part as well.
And
also
that's in and of itself has its own difficulty in that it's not a straight braking zone.
No,
and
definitely not. Yeah,
kind of awkwardly banked and a double apex corner, so it can cause some issues there as well. So
yeah,
so
especially
Lamborghini spinning off into the back. We'll see drivers push it a lot harder in these qualifying sessions because they do have the beauty of sim racing of having that second chance and third chance and fourth chance. You can really push it to the limits.
But so far, we got Luke Cohen actually setting the purple sector for sector 3. Looks like he's going on a decent lap time, but
he has already
rest
bumped
of sectors.
Caruana. He has Matt Caruana out of the 2nd spot, so we'll see if he can do something here coming out of the final corner. We know this BMW is fast. It's proven itself time and time again as to be a consistently fast car, so we'll see if there's anything to be gotten here. He does!
And he does. He goes to pole position. There you go. About 2 tenths quicker, I think.
Yeah, so Matt Caruana jumping up to the pole position there, bumping Adam Southgate down a little bit. Leon Penn still struggling a little bit. Hopefully he can find some time. Adam Southgate coming back around the final corner. Nothing purple there, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, so far that was really good lap time from him. But right now,
thousandths of a second between the top 2 right now.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. So far, our AM class traditional pole, Jamie Goodall has set the time of the 55.4. Decent time so far. So he's doing really good in championship as well, I'm pretty sure. So let me take. Yeah, he's about 30 in 3rd place with 94 points. About appears to be 7 points behind Sergio when having under 1. So he can easily pull off the championship here. So it just really needs to depend on the if really the drivers finish. Really, if you don't finish, you will lose a lot of points, and you will lose the championship.
Now I'm going to make a note of this. There might be an error here. Matt Dambrine is, I believe, pro. I'm not sure what happened with this.
Yeah, Dambrine is pro.
Okay. Because he's showing up as an AM on the. I'm not sure what's going on there, but. So yeah, it is a good race for Jamie Goodall. A good start so far for him. I don't see our points leader for AM actually, if I'm correct. Sergio Vieira is not in the session.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. Wow.
Yeah, I do not believe Sergio Vieira is in the session. So.
Oh wow.
We may see a last minute kind of pip of the points lead here for Jamie Goodall.
Yeah, he's not connected to the session at all. So
Rio Pinero is in the race, and he is the second place in points by only 1 point over Jamie Goodall. So he's about a second off pace right now. He's really going to have to find, or excuse me, a few seconds off, a couple of seconds off pace. So he's going to have to find some time here. We'll have to see if that, if it's just practicing in his fuel set, his race set. There we go. We got that fixed. Perfect.
okay. Huh.
So
That's really interesting.
the pros are very tight. Only 0.3 of a second.
Yeah, really good fast stuff there.
Oh, Adam Southgate just took the lead back, I believe.
Yep.
He did.
Wow. Unless
So we have the pole again.
there is no interval there. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
see.
So
Wow.
we're down into the thousandths difference. Is that
By
what it is?
2,000ths quicker than Luke
2,000ths of a
McCohen.
second.
Holy cow. Now that is mad.
So 2 1,000ths of a second. So they went from 8 1,000ths of a second in McCohen's favor to 2 1,000ths in Southgate's favor. These guys are just squeezing every bit of performance out of these cars.
Yeah, definitely. Really similar pace between these two. So I think right there will be a really good matchup between them. But I think also Matt Caruna is definitely gonna see if he can come and upset that fight as well.
He's definitely close. I mean, we talked about a little bit. Some of these cars are faster in their qualifying sets. They're faster, in certain scenarios. They're better with low fuel. So we could see Matt Caruana kind of still be in the fight here with being only, a 10th and a half off. It's not really very much at the point.
Yeah, right on board with Daniel Pohl now. He's already improved on his first 2 sectors, so maybe able to improve the lap times as well. Coming out of the last corner now, coming to the straight finish. I mean, the start finish, coming over the line, and he's going to be not able to improve. It looks like
not able to improve. Believe they all have one more lap. You might be able to get one more lap in here. So as he continues to push, and we'll see some of the cars on their final out laps now.
Yeah, now with Adam Southgate with the purple personal best for the first sector. Looks like a little bit loose coming out of the last corner. I don't know if it's going to really hurt him there, but the rest of the sector is nothing that good. But
he does. Oh, no, he does not.
No, he's about 4/10 off his personal best there. But looking at Luke Cohen, he's not improving that much either.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything left for him right now. Matt Caruana is going to cross the line one more time. He will not improve on his previous lap. We'll see. Daniel Pohl gets a green first sector. Good first sector for him.
Good stuff there. Yeah, right now Daniel's sitting about P5 in the AM class there, P10 overall.
And we've talked a little bit about him being so young compared to the unit drivers. He's only 10, if I'm correct.
I think so, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so 10 years old to be competing with, full-grown adults and comfortably holding his own, if not leading in several scenarios. He has made some mistakes, but as he grows and improves, I'm sure that will those will begin to fade and the pace will continue to show. So another good second sector for him as well. Not
really
fast,
stuff.
but close.
Yeah, to be honest, he can, if Rui and Jamie don't have that well of a result, he can still win. He can still win the championship. He's currently P4, but with Sergio not showing up today, it's really up to those 3 now.
Yeah, now it's not between Rui and Jamie, so we'll see if Daniel can kind of make a little bit of an upset here. He does have some points to make up, but if they both have very bad races, we could see him jump up here. He does jump to the second position, by the way.
There you go. Really good improvement there. That's awesome.
Very, very good final lap for him. One last chance, and he made use of it. Less than 2/10 off of Jamie Goodall. Adam Southgate's really going to send it for this last lap. We'll see if anybody can move around in the pro set.
I think the one that's really trying to get the most amount of time is Luke Cohen, and so far he's set 2 personal best sectors. Adam Southgate's getting purple last sector as well, and actually improves. The gap has opened up a little bit more. Let's see if Luke can upset that at all. Only doing 2 personal best at best. We'll see. And it appears he's not going to be able to improve.
Not able to improve. Matt Caruana will come across the line one more time. Does improve, and he jumps up to second. He bumps Luke back.
takes it from Luke. Wow.
So
amazing lap from
on the front row. That was a very clean quali from everybody. A lot of jumping back and forth. That was very fun to watch, actually.
Yeah. Look at that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, looking at Leon Penn, currently qualifying position 5, the actually the overall championship leader, having a disappointing qualifying session that he definitely didn't want, but he's gonna really have to fight for
Yeah.
to get those top spots.
Now, the benefit from Penn right now is he does have an 11-point lead over Matt Caruana and a 16-point lead over Adam Southgate. So, depending on where he finishes, we may or may not see a big jump unless he has a really genuinely bad race. So, we will get ready for the race here as the drivers begin to grid. We'll be looking for the rollover of the session here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Leon's definitely biggest fight there is going to be Matt with him Murray qualifying 3 positions up from him, so he's really got the fight from Matt there.
Now, one thing we haven't yet talked about is turn 1. Despite the fairly small field, we do still need to think about the fact that this track has one of the most difficult first turns, at least in my opinion, in a lot of GP track. So a lot of these style circuits have kind of clean, easy first turns that will give you kind of a chance to spread out a little bit. And this one, if I'm not wrong, kind of does it.
Yeah, coming into turn 1, the Yokohama, it's definitely really a tight right turn. So coming also into downhill braking as well, so they have to brake a little bit earlier as usually they would, and then it'll be a little bit less unstable for the vehicles as well. But I'd be having downhill braking can
a little bit of downhill. It's slightly off camber. It is slightly a turn. Like, you have all of these weights. So, running through our lineup, we'll get the championship cycle back over to the first page. Adam Southgate is on the pole on your front row with a 154.029. Matt Caruana less than a tenth off of him on the front row next to him. Luke McCowan about 1.5 tenths off. Matt Danbry and Leon Penn will round out your top 5 for the Pro Series. Jamie Goodall with an excellent qualifying. We'll start in the 6th position overall, first for the AMs, followed by Daniel Pohl, Steve Hannon, Mark Southgate, Ray Peasley, Rio Pinero, and Lucas Hamilton. So we talked a little. Oh, excuse me, Rozier's back in the back. We did talk about a little bit this being a more difficult track, and we will see, I think, some of the skill, the practice difference. This track being kind of unique, having some very kind of strange corners. So I think we're seeing some of the pace difference there with some of the other drivers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Coming to the Schumacher S's, they can be kind of difficult because that's where probably the most perfect line you need to get is throughout that section right there. If you lose, if you make it a little bit the foot off the apex, then you're gonna lose a bit of time, and then cars behind you will just be able to catch up to you and get back on your gearbox.
It does genuinely one of those corners that doesn't look like it takes up a bunch of time, but if you make a mistake, it can take a bunch of time. Cars
Yeah, definitely.
The grid. We will have that Ford Lamborghini front row, so all mid-engine on the front row right now. We'll see. There's a lot of strategy here too. 2 pit stops.
Yeah,
we talked about tires being a possibility for some of these drivers.
9-minute race, the longest one in the season.
Drivers.
Last round as well, so everything is up for grabs. You see the Porsche safety car pull away. Got the competitors falling behind and get ready to ready for the racing to begin.
Still mad they took the spoiler away from the Porsche safety car. Drivers are warming up their tires here. Adam Southgate's going to pull up there and catch up to the safety car as they pass through the Schumacher S's here. We will, safety car pulls in. The cars will begin to line up here. This is a tough starting area with the big hairpin before they come around.
Now it's up to Adam to get the start going. And
Adam,
I think so far it's all on the grid so far. You can see that green flag is going for it. And they're away. Green flag has been going. So far, Adam getting the lead, and now we got Luke then second P2. Now we got Matt in the back, actually, fighting between Jamie got a really good start. Coming to Yokohama, turn 1 here, to the hairpin. 3 wide.
Oh, big wiggle from Matt Caruana. Gets it wrinkled back up, but big wiggle.
So far, yeah, everyone's safe there, really clean. Everyone playing it safe. Really good start from Jamie Goodall and also Adam as well.
Ooh, Matt Caruana sliding just in front of Leon Penn there. So we saw a bad start from Matt Caruana. Just did not get moving in time, and he's even going to get bit by Jamie Goodall here as he moves to the left of Jamie Goodall, crossing up the grass a little bit. Adam Southgate is trying to make a run for it before Luke can get to him. Matt Caruana will take that position away from Jamie, but Jamie's got a good start here. He's got a little bit of space between him and the next car in his class. We see Steve Hannon jumping right up there past Daniel up to the second position in the AM class.
Yeah, so far really good stuff. Another great start for Matt as well. Lost 2 positions, then Leon in the pro as well. Lost 1 position, so he's really got to try to dig back and see if he can really go for it, get back those positions. But really, not really good looking too good. Really bad, really not that well of a start for Matt there. But it looks like Matt DeBryan making the P2, making the move for P2.
Luke Cohen losing a couple of spots there. It looks like he might have gotten a little out wide or something.
Yeah, might have served the drive-through. Oh, sorry, not drive-through. Yeah, slow down.
Yeah. So there's a couple of areas on this track where if you put your wheels too wide or if you get off the track, you can pick up slow down. And this is not a friendly track to do it at. There's not a lot of room for you to breathe. So,
yeah.
we head into Schmackretzes for the first time. We'll see Matt DeBryan in that McLaren, but God, Adam Southgate is just checked out. He is making a run for it right now.
Yeah, already a 2-second gap from Matt there. So really good training coming in hot. But yeah, really good stuff there.
Modern GT3 cars actually have enough downforce that the clean air does matter here. They will go into turn 1 almost side by side, looking inside of Matt, but not going to make a move there. Generally clean though. It doesn't look like we've had any incidents so far. Everybody seems to be running no problem. So now it comes down to everybody settling into their line, settling into their pace, kind of being ready for this next hour and just under hour and a half of racing now.
Yeah, we got definitely need to relax shoulders a bit, not too much, but of course still try to go for it after the lap 1